Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and this is Coco, and today we're starting our CAL 2023. The day has finally come. I'm so excited. I hope you all are as well. We're going to join in this together and create something amazing at the end of it for ourselves. Coco has had her chicken. I've got her a little tiny treat of some cucumber so that she can be very busy while we talk about our CAL 2023. So I'll just pop her down now while she enjoys her treat. Coco says woof woof everybody. There we go, Coco. Good girl. Now the day has finally come, January. Today we will choose the 4 colors for the month of January, and for those of you who will be doing the stitch sampler blanket along with me, I will also reveal the first stitch for the whole month. And after this video, I will also post a little tutorial that I've made, which includes the stitch that we'll be using for January. So we'll talk about that at the end of this video. So, has everyone collected their yarns, all their scraps and leftover yarns? I certainly have started balling mine up and winding mine up into cakes. I'm using this beautiful basket that I created from Pamela's adorable crochet. I did show you that in our podcast, I believe, a couple of days ago. So in here, I've managed to put in quite a few balls of yarn, and I'm not sure if you guys already know this little hack. If you don't, I certainly have only learned about it recently, so I thought I'd share it with you. When you either ball up or cake up your yarn, you know, if you're using a yarn winder, if you have any of these little, I guess they're like hair clips, anywhere in the house, they're a great idea to keep your loose ends in. So someone showed us, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who, but you may have already seen plenty of people show you, or you do it yourself, but that's a great way to keep it together. So I did have a little pack of about 8 in there, so I've used them all in here, and I might try to see if I can get some on special, or just reuse these ones, obviously, you know, as I go along. So I have collected my yarn, back to where we were. So if you've started collecting yours, please let me know what weight you've used. I'm using the USA Spot Saver, which is a 10-ply yarn. And to go along with that, of course, I'm going to be using my 6mm or J hook. 6mm hook. I love these. This is one of my most used hooks, especially when I'm using that yarn. Now, as we've discussed earlier, some more, tools that you'll be using throughout, this CAL will be a pair of scissors. Any scissors that you have will do the job as long as they can cut the yarn nice and clean. And I highly recommend, especially if you're doing the stitch sampler with me, that you have 2 stitch markers. That's all you'll need, just 2, one for the beginning of the row and one for the end of the row. That will ensure that our work keeps its the width for the length of the blanket, because that's the whole idea of creating a beautiful project. And these will be very useful in guiding us and keeping us on track. And we'll also talk about how to make sure that we count our stitches along the way, especially when we come to the fancier stitches. But if you're creating any other blanket, choose whichever way best suits you to keep track of your stitch count. And please, again, all of you, let me know what type of blanket you will be creating in the comments down below. I am so excited to see, if the majority are doing X blanket or Y blanket or Z blanket, or how many will be doing the stitch sampler with me. So yeah, please let me know. So the first thing we're going to do is look at January 2023 colors in our spectacular Sydney calendar. So let's open up. So there we are, January 2023. Now I will leave this for you just for a little while, just so you can have a look while I talk in the background. I have taken the liberty of looking at all the colors so that we don't waste too much time on camera, on the video, so you can get started, because I'm so eager to get started as well. And I have written all the little colors that I can see in here on little notes, and I will show you each color, and then I'll pop it into a little box, shake it all up, and we will choose 3 colors. Now the 4th color will be the wild card color, and I will let you know what that is after those colors pop out. So I hope that's been long enough and close enough for you all to get a good idea of what's in there. Obviously, the main color that we can all see, and here's our little box, is the red. So I will now, I wish I had the little box up high somewhere, but I'll show you as I pop them in. So in it goes there, the red. Then I could see green. And remember, as we're talking through the colors, please make sure that you remember you don't have to use the green that you saw on that calendar page. And then there was yellow. Excuse me. Yellow. So any shade and every shade that you've got will do the job and create an amazing project. White. So we saw the white in there. I saw black. So here we go. Pop it in there. There they all are. And then I saw blue, a couple of different blues actually. There were a couple of little spots of pink. So that's quite a nice selection of colours to choose from. So now let's shake it all up. Okay, I'm not looking. The first colour to come out. Oh my God, I have to say I'm so excited. It's almost like going on a first date. I know, that's hilarious, right? So let's have a look and see what the colour is. The first colour is blue. So any and every shade of blue that you may have, you may use it. I love blue, so I am very excited that blue is one of our colours. And I will put all these colours down in the description box later and whatever the first stitch is that we're going to use so everyone has a little reminder. Okay, here we go. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. What's this one going to be? Yellow. That is awesome. So blue, yellow, and the third colour out of our little box will be, let's see, white. So we have blue, yellow, and white. So they will be the first three colours that we need to use. And the wild card, which I have chosen, which when you looked very, very close, there was a spot in there on someone's little purse, like a little bag. And the colour, of course, you all know is going to be purple. So there's your wild card. So we have our 4 colours that we need for January. Now, as I said to you in our before we begin video, and please review it if you wish to, just go and have a little look at it again. You can use these colours in any order that you wish and any quantity in the 8 rows that we need to create for January, as long as they're all in there. So you might want to use, 2 of each one, or 1 of one, 1 of the other, 2 of the other, and 4 of the other, or 5 of one colour, 1, 1, and 1, as long as you have 8 rows for the month of January, which will be for 2 weeks. So every fortnight or every 2 weeks, I'll be coming on with the next month. So in 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing February. So that'll be the 21st, I believe, because today is the 7th. So the other thing that I want to say to you, I just had a little thought about it today, actually. If any of you choose to add extra rows, that's absolutely fine, because remember, this is your blanket, your creation, and it's going to be for you. So if you feel that you want to make it a little bit bigger because you're chaining foundation chain that's a little bit wider, it's totally up to you. But as long as we have this guide of the colors and a nice idea that if we do 8 rows per month for the 12 months, we will get a decent sized lapgan type blanket. That was the initial thought. But in saying that, the flexibility is there for all of us to tap into, and I don't want anyone to feel frustrated in any way when they're creating this amazing cowl, because it is a community thing. We want to feel happy doing it, that we want to share what we're doing. So please be mindful of that as you're creating your blanket. It's your blanket, your way, but this is just a little guide and a way of doing it together. Now, speaking of, sharing, Obviously, any of you can email me, your progress as you're going along whenever you feel like it. You can send it to my email and I can either chat back to you that way or even showcase it if you wish. I always love doing that. And another great way to do it is on Instagram. So if you tag us at Coco's Crochet 2_, just one word, Coco's Crochet 2_, and then also use the hashtag Coco's Crochet Cal 2023 on Instagram. All of us can see everybody's work in there. So I will put those two, Instagram pages and hashtags that I just spoke about, so that you have a record of that as well. I will also be putting the colors in there that we've chosen. And for those of you that are doing the stitch sampler blanket with me, this month's, so the stitch for January will be the half double crochet, and it is in US terms. So please be mindful of that when you're creating it. So the half double crochet. Now, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, and I think in a previous video, I have created a little tutorial that goes hand in hand with today's stitch. It is part of the 3 basic stitches little video that I've created. So in there you'll find single crochet, half double crochet and a double crochet, US terms. So if you need to, please refer to it, or even if you don't need to have a look at it, I'd really appreciate you going and having a little look at it and let me know what you think. It is my first video and tutorial, that is, and I would like to expand my videos in that area to accommodate people that are just starting, from the very basics up. I think it will be a nice collection to our stitch library, but at this stage I'm still very, very fresh, so please be kind when you watch it, and any constructive feedback will be appreciated. And that's pretty much it. Let's get started. I'm so pumped and so happy and ready to go. I cannot wait to create this with you. I am so looking forward to it. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, through the comments down below, or email me if you wish to. Totally up to you. And I think that that's pretty much it. I don't have much more to say other than I can't wait to see our progress. I am certainly going to jump on this evening and start mine. For those of you that are wondering, I'm going to be stitching on 180 plus 2, so 182, a chain of 182, because you need a stitch count that's divisible by 6 plus 2. Now, as we go along, I will tell you, where to place your stitches and that, to make sure your count is correct if you're doing the stitch sampler blanket with me. But at this stage, because January is a half double crochet, it's very simple. But please, please, please keep these by your blanket and make them your best friend. These stitch markers will save you a lot of grief. Making the habit of counting your stitches every few rows. I usually do it every row, every second row at the very most, if it's a simple blanket like this one, as in a simple stitch. The reason being, frogging is doable, but it does take extra time, and you don't want to be frustrated in any way. So just taking that little bit of time to count your stitches every row, every few rows, will benefit you in the long run. So on that note, I will say, have an awesome time making our Cal 2023. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. It is going to create such an amazing community feel for us all, and I hope that this grows. And after the 6 months, we can review and say, hey, we had a great time, or we can tweak it like this, or next time we'll make that, because I think that this is something that I would like to continue with, Cals, every year for us, to do it together. But I think 6 months is very doable. It'll go very, very quick, but doing it together is what it's all about. So on that note, I'll let you all get started. Take care, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing day. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, whenever you view this video. I tried to release it at a time that is sort of in the middle for everyone's time zone, so nobody gets disadvantaged, that we all have the full 2 weeks to make our blanket. But as I have said before too, if you need to take extra time, no judgments. We all lead very busy lives and things just happen in life, and we don't always have go to plan, but let's just stick to it as much as we can. That's the only thing that we have to worry about. So in other words, no worries, just enjoy this crochet journey together. So bye-bye everybody, take care, and I shall see you all very soon in another video. Bye-bye for now.